Hi everyone, welcome fellow yummy mummies and cherub cheek chummies. How are you doing today? Don't forget, if you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, comment and subscribe by clicking on the button below or my face. And if you feel that other people may benefit from watching this video, please don't forget to share. Thank you very much. I'm on a low budget at the moment, obviously since having my daughter as well and my partner being a student. Money is very, very tight and I've had to get a bit more savvy with my spending. And I know that a lot of us are struggling out there financially and just struggling. Bills are going up, TV licence is going up, everything just seems to be going up. Council tax is going up. There's been a big thing about that lately all over the country, not just locally to me. And I wanted to do this video in the hope that there would be a few tips there that might be useful to one of you guys to help you save money. I think also as Britain, as a UK, I do feel sometimes that we do pay over the odds for what we buy, and we are known as Rip-Off Britain. And okay, quality of life is not bad, but there are ways and means of saving and getting your money back. Obviously, if you're a student like my partner, he's part-time, but he has registered for a NUS card. I think it costs about £10 for the year, and he gets various discounts all over the place from Topshop to Co-op. So it's definitely worth doing. If you haven't done it, for £10, the amount of saving you make that money back. Also, if you're a parent, you can join the NCT, the National Childbirth Trust. They do various discounts and that can come in useful. And I've also recently, and it's one thing I've always heard about but never actually got around to doing, is the cashback websites. I'm playing around with Quidco at the moment. A lot of it you do online to get any kind of cashback. It's a very small percentage, 2%, 1%, 3%, but that money does add up. I must also add, if you're going to do cashback, don't do it if you haven't got that money. Only do it, buy something for cashback if you know or you really need that item or you were going to purchase it anyway, because there's no guarantee that you'll get that percentage back. So that's a warning. The other thing as well that I found with some of the cashback sites, a lot of them don't cover Amazon. The only one that seems to cover Amazon at the moment is, I think it's Kickstart. I will double check that, but I'm pretty sure it's Kickstart. And that's great because whatever you buy for your child, you can get it via the app if there's any participating people that you're going to buy from it, or stores that you're going to buy from anyway, and you can get a percentage back, and that includes Amazon as well. So it's definitely worth doing. I've actually linked mine to my daughter's savings account, so anything that I buy from her, if I do it through that app, then hopefully sometimes I can get a small percentage back, and it does all add up. The other thing I would also very, very, very highly recommend, and you've probably already done it or you've heard of him, is Sir Martin Lewis. I certainly give him a knighthood because the amount of money he has saved people. Martin Lewis is brilliant. He knows his stuff. He has been on television quite a bit. He has a website called moneysavingexpert.com. If you haven't already signed up to his emails, please do. You usually get one about once a week with all the offers, the deals and everything. The other thing I would highly suggest as well in terms of utilities, the bills are going up. There is no cap on utility bills at the moment, and I really feel there should be. It does pay to shop around. For instance, if you get Sky, do haggle. I have phoned up in the past and found that my father was paying £68 a month. That is way too high. Do haggle it. There's a lot you don't need. High definition and things like that. It's not worth it. It's just not worth it. So I've got it down to about a third of that price. Yeah, about a third of that price. They were just things he didn't need. And it pays to haggle. If they get a sniff that you are thinking about finishing Sky, leaving Sky, they do try. I can't guarantee, but it does pay to haggle. The same with the utilities. I am currently on Ian. We are paying £160 a month. That is very, very high. Bear in mind that we don't have gas. However, it's just too high. Utility Warehouse have been able to match us for £86 a month. And you get cash back on it. So it's a no-brainer. So, as I said, it does pay to shop around. And talking about shopping around, every time you go to Asda, and I'm sorry Asda, you'll probably hate this, but every time you go to Asda, and you get, I think it's something like 8 items or more that are varied in your shopping basket, you can go to the Asda Price Guarantee website. I'm not sure the address, it's something like Asda Price Guarantee. Look it up if you can, or I'll do a link below. You put in your till receipt code, you sign up for it with an email and a password, and sometimes if your shop finds to be cheaper elsewhere, Asda will refund the difference. Now that adds up. I've done it a few times and I've actually got something like a couple of quid here and there. But you think about it, it all adds up. And you can use those coupons within the month, I think, as far as I know. So if you've got £6, that's still £6 off your shopping. It's worth doing, and not a lot of people do it. People are too busy. I mean, how many of us have got receipts stuffed everywhere? And they're here and everywhere, and we don't actually look at them. And this is something I've only just thought about. I've heard about it, but I've never actually got round to it till now. So it pays to check. It pays to look at your receipts and check. Get your Asda receipts. Have them. If you've been to Asda lately, go and have a check. Do it. Don't leave it too long, because I think you can only do it a month after your shop. I've got various notes here as well, because there's a few bits that I wanted to cover. And the other thing is, oh yeah, water saving devices. Another thing, we are paying too much for our water. I think there's a leak somewhere. I don't know how we're going to overcome that problem. But there is such a thing as a water saving scheme, and the man from Southern Water does come along and can give you guidance on how to save water within your property. I would highly recommend it. It's going to be another video I'm going to do for another time, but I just thought I'd mention it here as well. Other thing, bottles, cosmetics, things like that. God, you're going to think I'm so tight after this video, but I actually, if you don't already do it, I actually cut up the bottles very, very carefully, I may add, because sometimes, well, a lot of the time, there's a lot of products left in those bottles, and I just hate the waste. So I will literally cut the bottle and I will use whatever's left inside, and I would definitely recommend doing it if you haven't done it already. And as you probably may already know, it's most of the time it's cheaper to cook yourself. Don't try and buy lots of ready meals, takeouts, they all add up. When money is tight, I can't stress enough home cooking and doing stuff like a simple pizza, things like that. They don't cost anything. Bread is so easy and so cheap to make, and it hasn't got anything in it. You know what's going in it. There's no nasties in it. The same thing goes with batch cooking. When you home cook, try and make a bit extra, because you can freeze stuff. Sometimes you can cook and it will cover 2 meals. So for instance, if you get a roast chicken, you have the roast chicken on the Sunday whenever you want to have your roast. Anything left, you can make into soup. If you've still got a lot of chicken left, you can make a chicken curry. I do that. I must mention that Annabelle Carmel do a really nice chicken curry, leftover chicken curry. I'd highly recommend that. It's very, very tasty. I'll see if I'm allowed to put a link below. If not, just look it up on her website. The other thing I do is find out A, where the reduced section is in supermarkets, and B, the best time to go. And I found with Asda, that's the first place that I go, is to the reduced section. Anything that can be frozen is absolutely brilliant, and that's what I do a lot of the time. I will check it, I will see if it's freezable. I may add that one, make sure that it is freezable if you're not going to eat it on the same day. And I put it in the freezer, and it just saves. It's again a really good way of saving money. Asda are good for it. I've also noticed Co-op. If you go in the day at Asda and late morning at Co-op, sometimes you can find some good deals. It really is dependent on time. Marks and Spencer's, Sainsbury's, I don't really find very much food that's reduced, but that probably is due to the time that I go. If you leave it as long as you can, then sometimes you can get reduced items. So get savvy about it. The other tip, which I think is a really great one, especially if you are shopping online, is either sign up for their email newsletters because sometimes you can get some really good deals and you can get discounts and things like that. The other thing to do, another little trick that I've learned, is to shop online and sometimes just leave it in your basket. Obviously you've signed in or whatever, so they've got your email address. And sometimes they'll come back to you and say, free delivery, discount, have you forgotten something? And you'll get an offer. There's no guarantee, of course, but it's definitely worth trying. The other thing I do as well is that I'm on an old phone. I'm on an iPhone 5S. I don't see the need to update. I'd love to have a brand new phone, but especially an iPhone, but I just cannot justify the price. And the thing is, with my iPhone 5S, a lot of the time you are paying over the odds for the handset. I paid mine off a long time ago, and now I only pay £10 a month to Tesco Mobile. The great thing with my Tesco Mobile is I get Tesco Club Card points back, and that of course accrues. I found with the Nectar points, they aren't as much value as they were. Boots, definitely worth having an Advantage card if you shop there a lot. Again, the points tot up. The other thing I would also suggest doing over the year, rather than leaving it to the last minute, is shopping for Christmas presents. Get those Christmas, I know it's March, but get those Christmas presents spread over the year. Have a Christmas box, I have a Christmas bag, you put them in there, you put them away. That's, to me, is a more sensible way of doing it, because you're sometimes saving money if you get them reduced or on offer. You're not spending a load of money at Christmas, you're spreading it out nice and evenly through the year. It's a hell of a lot less stressful than doing it actually at Christmas time, and probably a lot more organised and a lot less expensive. So I would highly recommend that. The other thing also is I drive a small car. If I was rich and famous, then yeah, probably a sports car. That would be very nice, thank you very much. But again, I can't justify the price. So I drive a very small economical car. It's a 1.0 engine. I don't pay tax on it. It costs £20 to fill it up, and that will last a good few days. And again, I would highly recommend it. The other thing as well that I've realised, my car is on finance and I'm still paying that off. I must add, it's so easy to get a car now on 0% finance, but it's actually not worth it. Apparently in the long run you're better off getting a car that's not so new, maybe still in guarantee, that you can kind of pay in one go rather than doing monthly on finance instalments. So if I ever get the chance to have another car, because I just want to stick with what I've got at the moment. I don't need it. It does what I need it to do. It gets me from A to B. But I won't be looking at a brand new car, because the problem is that once you've driven that car off the forecourt, it's already, the value's gone down, and even my dad used to say that. So it's not worth it. It's just not worth it. Another tip as well, when you go shopping, I would definitely recommend looking for own brands, own value stuff. A lot of it is by the same people. It's really not that different, just apart from the packaging. And what you must do is look on the bottom shelves, especially for things like tinned goodies, tomatoes, sweet corn, etc. I think I just got a load of shopping for about £15, and that was all vegetables, tin goods, value stuff, and that was from Sainsbury's. They will put everything to tempt you. They will put things on the middle shelf. That's where your eye line is. But don't forget to look down at the bottom shelves, because a lot of the time the lower priced tin goods, etc. are on that lower shelf. Definitely worth recommend it. If you are going to go out and stuff, do make sure you shop online and you have a look. I think I've never been. This is how bad is this? We've got a new Prezzo here. Well, it's been here for a couple of years, but I've never been, and I've been told that if you shop around, you can get a few deals and things. It always pays to check, literally. Check your deals, see what's online, see what's available, what discount. Sometimes if there's a shop I like that I don't see doing any offers, sometimes I just do a quick search for it and see if there's any offers or discounts before I go to the website that you might be able to apply on checkout, etc. And finally, having vegetarian food, having lots of vegetables, is a hell of a lot cheaper than meat. I eat both. I'm not fussed, but sometimes I find, especially when I'm shopping, the veg is cheaper. Would highly recommend it. There's so much you can do with vegetables. There's an app, I think it's called the Smart Recipes app. Again, I can put a link below. That's got lots of vegetable based dishes that are really easy to make. If you struggle with cooking, they're really so easy to make. I make a mixed bean soup, which has got a little bit of spice in it, and it's just so easy to make. And I love vegetables. In fact, I was just saying to my colleague today that I like to sometimes have a break, just have a meat-free day where I just feel better sometimes for having vegetarian based meals. So anyway, that is my roundup of saving money, moolah. And I hope you found it helpful. And as I said at the beginning, don't forget to like, comment, share. And let me know of your tips below. If you found anything that I've said helpful, please let me know. It'd be really lovely to hear from you. And I'd like to say thank you for watching.